Hello people, I'm just recording this video really quickly. If you guys know about the showcase video of Tower of Meticulous Unary gameplay, the sequel to ToMUG, then you know that this tower was ultra omega difficult. So difficult in fact that it might have accidentally been a top 1, because 410 was just way too difficult, along with a lot of other nasty choke points that were sprinkled around the tower. So, this caused it to be deconfirmed from the Eternal Abyss, and I was thinking to myself, well, that kind of sucks, and I am really pondering about whether I should update the tower to be more balanced in air quotes, or just more playable. And after a while of thinking about it, I just decided I was going to cave in. I'm going to make a separate place, and I'm just going to make a second version where there are a ton of nerfs and a bunch of like different changes. So I'm not gonna all jump the tower again because that's gonna take too long. Also, there's just way too many changes to point out, but I'm just gonna quickly run through it. I'm just gonna skim through the changes that I did. Most of the changes are on floor 10, and there's also a bunch on floor 9. That's where the majority of the differences will be. There is barely anything in the first few floors, obviously, because they're not that hard. Matter of fact, I think the earlier floors are a bit more harder. Well, obviously you could see very minor nerfs here and there, but there's also like other things such as this stud. Red means the unnerfed version, and the blue means the current nerfed version. And as you can see, yeah, there's a couple of like differences in these earlier floors. Not too much, but it's only there just because I felt like it. Just what felt like pretty inoffensive to buff and nerf and change and all that. Floor 6, starting from here, is where you'll see a lot more changes. There's also a skip that I had to patch over here. Not much else to point out. I'm just gonna go straight over to 9. Floor 9 has a lot of differences. Significant amount of nerfs with very little amount of buffing. And then, yeah, floor 10 was essentially nothing but nerfs. Like, as you can see, this first jump was absolutely botched. Very significant stuff over here. Basically, 90% of every jump on floor 10, from this outside to the inside to the roof to the final stretches, have been changed, including this thing. This thing was like changed completely fundamentally, so it's a lot more consistent. A lot more nerfs to make it more playable and not nil by accident. Yeah, this just keeps going and going and going. And yeah, the inside is no different as well, because the inside also just has really hard raw that I needed to change. Oh yeah, even the signs. The signs being blue text just means like the sign's only present in the current nerfed version. That's about it. There's not really much else for me to point out other than it is a lot more feasible to all jump this now. So, and if anything, it's an opportunity to verify it now, since it's no longer impossible. So, I mean, if you really want to give it a shot, I'm not one to stop you. Yeah, roof, kind of the same. This final stretch, not a lot of changes, but still a significant portion. And then I did get rid of the glass for the sake of showcasing for the second final stretch. Yeah, also a lot of nerfs. So, that's about all I have to point out with this. I didn't want to make like an entirely separate new all jump video because that's gonna take so much more editing. Because don't get it twisted. This tower is still ridiculously satanic, but it's not like nil anymore. Not much else for me to point out. Just hopefully maybe this gets reconfirmed into T. I don't know. It probably won't, but we'll see what happens. Mostly buffs. Very little nerfs. Or sorry. Quite a significant amount of buffs. Bro, quite a significant amount of nerfs, but very little nerf. Oh my god, I cannot say this sentence for the life of me.